For starters, I'm going to talk 1 second. I'm going to fangirl right here about Barbara Fernandez. She's our founder, CEO, and owner of Speech and Language Academy. She is a trilingual speech-language pathologist. She's an innovator and a visionary. She's created Smarty symbols. I don't know if many of you know Smarty ears. She has a ton of apps, and I'm just very lucky to work for her. Here's what we'll cover today. I'm going to do a quick overview of the platform. Then I'll tell you about the bilingual games, how it collects data, and then I'm going to jump in and go into the platform so that you can see it. And then at the very end, I'll do a little quick thing. If you end up liking it and this is something you want to do for your school or your clinic, I'm happy to set up something for them. So the inspiration, right? So we started with Smarty Ears apps. So Barbara, fangirl, she developed a ton of apps, both for assessment and for treatment of speech and language disorders. But the problem was that they're only available on Apple products. So if you didn't have an iPhone or an iPad when you're giving sessions, then you can't really use the apps, although they are fantastic. So the evolution is Speech and Language Academy. So now Speech and Language Academy is a web-based library of digital activities, guides that you can use in your speech and language sessions, both virtual or in person, and basically anything. You can use it on an iPad, you can use it on a tablet, on a Google Chrome, on a computer, on a laptop. It doesn't need to be an Apple-based product for you to use it. Anything that has access to the internet, you're able to put Speech and Language Academy on it. So I'm going to tell you little tidbits about the platform. As you can see, it's a library of digital activities. We have over 50 games and guides at this time. You can use it with sessions of up to 4 students. You can sort by language. You can sort by if it's a game or if you're looking for a guide. You can also go based on the area of need for your students. You know, we have AAC, Artic, grammar, language, literacy, phonological awareness, social skills, or vocabulary. You click any of those and it will just filter what you're looking for. Specifically for today, I want you to take a look up here. And when I go in, I'll show you. Here under languages, you can also click and it will sort by the language that you're looking for. So you can easily tell what are the speech and language games available for you in the language that your student speaks. You have all your students in one place. So this is the main page and you'll be able to see how deep it can go. When you start out with Speech and Language Academy, the hardest part is getting started, right? Because you got to put in all your students. But it's like a crock pot. You know, you pick the games, you pick the area of need, you pick goals, and then you set it and forget it. It'll be in there and it will track the progress for you on the back end. So here you can see on my dashboard, I've got 63 students, how many are active, inactive, how many boys or girls, the grade levels that I see, and the areas of need. Here you can very easily click right here, you add a new student. I have a lot of fellow consultants who are doing other webinars throughout the summer. You can check those out. You can also go on YouTube and there will be specific tutorials on how to add students. Today, I really want to spend time showing you all the bilingual things that we have to offer and how both bilingual and monolingual SLPs can use this platform to provide some fantastic services to your clients. So all your students will get like a picture. So you'll decide what, looks most like them. We have a variety of skin tones, hairstyles, eyes, eyeglasses, whatever they might need, so that you can kind of have a small visual representation of your student. Also, when you have the student information, you'll put the areas that they're working on, what grade they're in, if there's any like clinic number or school ID number. All the information is on the main page. Then you also have the goals. So these are crock-pot, set it and forget it. At the beginning, you pick your kids, you put your goals, and then they'll always be in here. We have a huge goal bank that you can just click and put them in. We also have an opportunity for you to create your own goals. So again, you can see a lot of my coworkers are putting on webinars more specific on the nuts and bolts, and you can see how this happens, but it's a great tool developed for SLPs by an SLP. The last great thing about it is that it tracks progress for you. It's like Speech and Language Academy is like Boom Cards on steroids, right? Like it tracks for you, but it tracks everything you're looking for. So this is one of the key things for all you monolinguals out there. So when you're able to put the game in the language that your client speaks best, the backend is still taking data on whether it's right or wrong, and you'll be able to come in and read it in English and see how they're doing. So I think this is one of the greatest things, the greatest time savers of Speech and Language Academy, is that the machine is calculating it for you. So when it's time to like do Medicaid billing or it's time to do progress reports in the schools, you can come into the progress report and you can see what dates you worked on, what goals, what their percentages were. It's really a great tool. So let's talk specifically today, right? Well, what's available for bilinguals, Michelle? Well, here we go. We have a variety of languages. Now, not all of the games are available in all of the languages, but here are all the languages we have to offer. You've got Arabic, German, Spanish, Vietnamese, Italian, Dutch, French, and Portuguese. And when I say that they're bilingual, I mean it is written in that native language. The voice output is by a native speaker of that language. So you don't need to know Spanish to be able to present the target item in the native language. And I'll show you in a second how to do that. Some of the areas that you can target, you can work on receptive language. Here are 3 games that are available in a multitude of languages. We've got adjective remix, fun and functional, and picture identification. All 3 of these you can present in the language that the child knows, and on the back end track, what is the receptive language looking like? We also have 4 games that target specifically expressive language. We've got divergent naming. What are pronouns? This one actually is a guide and it's available in a bunch of languages. We're going to be coming out with more guides as we come along, and I'll be sure to show you that one. We've got picture naming and sentence completion. You can also work on answering questions. We've got yes, no, why, how, and which. And literacy. We can have text image match, phrase builder, and read and answer. So without further ado, so you see here are all the students that I've got on my pseudo account. Now, somebody on here asked a question, and I want to make sure that you see it. So if I'm going to add a new student, you want to know, can you add your own goals, which you certainly can. So let's just call this person my name, Michelle P, because that's me. And let's say I need to work on my auditory comprehension. I'm a 5th grader. Goodness gracious, will I do well at math? Let's just say I'm. And I will go with female. Just want to show you, right? So let's just say that this is where you can make it male and female, eyes, hair, skin tone, accessories. Let's give me my glasses. Here we go. I'm going through this fast, but again, some of my coworkers have this. A lot of webinars that go more in detail, but let's look in here. So you see, I said that I'm working on auditory comprehension. So let's give me some receptive language. So here you see our bank that you can click the plus sign and it will add it to your student, but you can also choose to add your own. You see this button, add custom. So you can say, okay, you pick the area, right? So we've got the receptive language. Michelle will identify colors in 8 out of 10 trials on 3 separate sessions. Can't spell. Here we go. And here it is. My goal is in here. So you can also come in here. You can delete. You can edit what we have. So coming up with your goals is very easy. And we have a huge amount of goals in all the areas that we target. So I'm going to go back to my students because I want to show you how this works. So you can either choose, you can write the name of the student that you're looking for, or you can search for them. When you're ready to start, you click here, start session. So all my caseloads, pictures, their beautiful faces are going to show up. So today I'm going to work with Luis and Luna. You can pick up to 4. You hit start session, and here we are. So like I said, you can choose guides or games, and you can choose the language that it's available in. Now, my first language is Spanish, so I'm going to start there. Here are all the games that we have available that are available in Spanish. Now, I'm going to do adjective remix. I absolutely love this activity. So
which one is salty?
When you get to the main page, the first thing you want to do is you click this little toolbar here, and you can choose not just what language, but if you want them in order or what concepts you want to target. So if, say, you only want to work on colors, you can turn off all other things and just work on the concept that you're looking for. So for today, I'm going to just show you all of them. And another great feature is Luis can speak Spanish. Okay, exit out of there.
¿Cuál es dulce?
And Luna,
which one looks full?
I'm going to make her speak Portuguese.
Qual parece ser pesado?
So I'm going to show you how, as a bilingual SLP, I'm going to be a monolingual SLP, how you could give this session without speaking the language. You've got the written model in the language that they're speaking in. You've got a verbal model by a native speaker. And then these little music notes here on the bottom let you know the accuracy. So, Michelle, how do I know if it's right or wrong? I don't know what the question is asking. We have this developed so that when you click on the wrong answer, it does nothing. But if you click on the right answer, you get like, confetti. So I'm going to click on the balloon. I don't speak Portuguese. Nothing happened. I click on this one. Note that because I got it wrong, down here, it's not noted as it turned on green. So I know as a clinician, oh, they got that one wrong. Good try, Luna.
Qual é nutritivo?
Let's pick the salad. Oh, I got it right on the first try, and now it's turned on. Okay, Luis, it's your turn. With the click of a button.
¿Cuál es dulce?
And here it is, verbal model. He gets to choose. Not the steak.
¿Cuál es grande? ¿Cuál es esponjoso?
So you're going to be like, Michelle, but like they're just clicking, and am I going to have to keep track on the side? Nope. No, you don't. Because when we go back to the progress, remember I said how this will track for you in the back. So I'm going to view my students, and I'm going to look for Luis. He was in my group. Here he is. Progress reports. Nope, picked the wrong Luis. Here we go. I should pick a different guy next time. Luis R. Here we go. Here it shows the game. I played it today, what target area, and adjective remix. Look at that. He got 67% accuracy. I can click on the details. And there you have, oh, he did fantastic with touch and taste. Here are the ones that we didn't work on. So without knowing the language, you can still target your speech and language goals because Speech and Language Academy will track the progress of your students on the back end for you. Let me show you another game. So again, every time you start, you go back, you pick your students, and you start your session. So here we are. Let's see, will I do a better job? Let's do Lila and Luke's. okay? So let's say that this time I want to do by specific language, right? So let's say these girls only speak Portuguese. Okay, so here we are. Oh, you know what? I got to work on WH questions with her. So let's start here. Now, this one requires reading. So the verbal model will, like, the audio will not be there, but the words will change into the language that you choose. So again, Lila, she can be in Portuguese. And there it is. She will have to do the reading and the answering on her own. But again, Speech and Language Academy is smarter than a fifth grader. If it's wrong, it just goes away. So you will know if they click the right one because we did it. Let's say that Luz, well, she speaks French. Here it is. It is in French, and then it's got the photograph and the accompanying picture. Again, if it's wrong.
I see a play button. I'm sorry. Can we try the play button up at the top there? Right where on the left-hand side of that red banner.
Oh my goodness. Here we go.
Les chiens adorent jouer.
Look at that.
Lequel peut être utilisé pour jouer avec les chiens?
Feel like that. Let's do the Portuguese one, guys.
Qual deles pode nadar?
See how easy it is for you to work on. You can still use your clinical judgment. Thank you, Melissa. You were so helpful. You can use your clinical judgment and pick the target area. Speech and Language Academy will keep all the tracking on the back end, specifically if it was right and if it was wrong. It's got an amazing ability to keep track of things. Let me see if I can play one more game with you guys. I know everyone's probably got a bunch of things to do. Let's do Luca and Sam. Why not? So let me show you our guides. That is one of our newest features, and we're going to be coming out with more as time comes on. So let's do what are pronouns.
A pronoun replaces one or more nouns or pronouns. The noun that a pronoun is replacing is called an antecedent.
So you can click through for the information, but say you're trying to teach this concept of pronouns, but it's a Spanish speaker. Spanish is there with the question, and so is the answer. And look at all of the languages that are available. French, Italian, German, Arabic, Portuguese, English. All right, let me take a quick look at the chat. Let me see if you guys have any specific questions for me. Hold on. Let's see. This is amazing. Yeah, so this is an overview of Speech and Language Academy. Let me just scroll through all the games that we have available. I want you to see this. Look at this. We've got sort by AAC. Look at all these articulation games, grammar, language. Look at that. Literacy, phonological awareness, social skills, and vocabulary. So, Michelle, I love it. How can I get my school to get it for me? How can I get my clinic to get it for me? How much does it cost? So it is a monthly membership. And as you can see here, you can do an individual. It could be a group. The more people that you have sign on, the larger of a commitment. So if you do 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, it goes down. So I'm going to give you guys a code at the end where you can get a free trial. Go in, check it out, show it to the people who can make the decisions, send them my way. I'm going to drop in the chat my email before we end today. Just send me an email. I'll put on a demo for the people who can make the decisions to get this for you. We accept purchase orders if you're at a school. And we have a quote generator. This is available on our website. You can go in and the people who can make the decisions can go in and find it. Right, so I will stop sharing. I'm gonna drop my email in the chat and I'm gonna give a second. Anybody have any questions? Oh, Barbara, hopefully I answered your questions about how much it is. Does anybody else have any questions for me that I could maybe go back in and show you? I want to recognize that it's an evening and people probably have to get started on dinner. What questions do you guys have for me, if any? that I can answer? Nothing? I did a fantastic job. All right. Well, I will be sure. Thank you. Thank you. Ooh, what ages or grades is this available for? I mean, whoever can handle it. I would play with this, Diana. I would play with this even with like a preschooler. You know, there's things like yes, no, there's identifying. All right, Diana, let's get back in so I can show you like some of the games I would use with the younger ones. 2 years. All right, here we go, Diana. Let me go back to sharing my screen. I'm going to show you what I would use for a 2-year-old. Now, again, it's a matter of, are you doing it virtual? Are you doing it in person? I'm not sure, but let me show you what games I would use, right? So, you know, like picture identification. I feel like most of the 2-year-olds
Microwave.
I would have on my caseload are working on identifying pictures. If you're doing it in person, it could be on an iPad where they click, or if you're doing it virtual, you can like have them point and like maybe mom stands in the back and tells you if it's right or wrong. So let's say Abigail, you know, she only speaks Spanish.
Microondas.
And again, if it's wrong, it'll disappear.
Cohete.
And remember, all this
Coche.
is going on in the back end. So let me just show it to you in English.
Motorcycle.
Right?
Bicycle.
The wrong answers don't have a sound. They just disappear so that it gives them a better chance to answer. This is what I would use on a 2-year-old because it's got photographs of real objects, and then the field goes away. Another thing to show you is like they're 2, so like maybe I want to just make it a field of 2.
Catching.
3. How many you can choose, how many wrong answers will be shown on the screen. So you can make it as simple as possible. Are they on a field of 2? Are they on a field of 3?
9.
And you can also
Strawberry.
filter, right? You can be like, okay, well, they're little. So I really just want to know, can they do body parts? Okay. And only
Lungs.
they will come up.
Eye.
So that's what I would do. Okay, let me see if I have any other questions while I'm in here. Let's see, chat. Oh, thank you, Melissa, for putting in the code in there for me. Anything for stuttering caseload? What a great question. Giselle, I don't know specifically right now, but what age are you looking for? And I will definitely be sure to loop back into you in a question, in an email to that question. Middle school and high school students definitely are able to do this. You get to choose. We have over 50 digital activities on Speech and Language Academy. So you can really make it work for everybody on your caseload. 6 to 14 that have fluency. All right. You got a challenge from me, Giselle, and I am going to work on it. Melissa, will you do me a favor and drop my email in the chat as well for everyone to have?
I sure will.
So again, everyone, I'm Michelle Posner, speech-language pathologist. Melissa's going to drop my email in the chat. Feel free to reach out to me. I'm also on Instagram, michelle.posner.slp. You can follow me, reach out with questions anytime. I appreciate all of you spending the time today. I will send all of you the slide decks, and I will send you a follow-up email.
Yes, and if the one that had the question about stuttering, was it Giselle? Yeah, so let me just add. So I use this. I'm another consultant, but I love this platform. And what I do like is we do have a lot of activities that will let you work at the word level. So for your kiddos that maybe need work on fluency at the word level, you can take them through some of the games, and then we have phrase level, and then we also have sentence level and conversation. So you can definitely work on pacing and, working on that fluency and maintaining it at a shorter phrase level to a higher level. So we don't have it specifically where we're counting disfluencies. I believe on the App Store, Barbara had an app coming up, and let's see if she remembers that name. I don't, but if we can get that disfluency index counter, that should be coming, available. So eventually you'll be able to do some of that with your students, because we're really trying hard. I say we, Barbara's team is doing great to bring that over to that, just so that everything you love about Smarty Ears is going to be here in one place, as Michelle has said. This is going to be your one-stop shop. I love what you said, Michelle. Set it and forget it. Like, it's true. Like, we have our little favorite phrases. Mine is my one-stop shop. I'm not going to go anywhere else. I'm not going to be looking like, where am I going to put this data? Where am I going to store these goals? It's all going to be there. So it will be there for tracking disfluency. Absolutely. Barbara has just confirmed that. Our CEO is going to make sure that everything that you love about Smarty Ears is going to be here. We're also going to have some of the assessment apps. So this platform offers a home program option. You can assign a home program. You can send that activity to the student. They will have a login, and they will be able to work on that activity only, and the only activity that you set. They won't have access to the entire platform. You're going to be in control as to what they're working on. So that's going to be an add-on feature. You don't have to purchase it, but it's definitely going to be available for an additional $50 a year. So, when you're talking about $180 and you divide that by 12 months, it's less than, it's like 13 something, $13.50, let's say. When you take your 10% off disc code using Michelle's Smarty MP10 code, you're going to get 10% off. And if you get your group to sign up, and they can get group discounts of up to 38%, depending on the number of students, the number of licenses, and because it's unlimited students per license. So the number of licenses and the duration of your subscription, 1, 2, and 3 years, like she said. So there are a lot of different ways to get access to it. So if you really would like to bring your clinic or school on board, contact Michelle, and she will make sure that you get your complimentary demo for your organization, and that is scheduled at your convenience. So absolutely, come back and see us. We love sharing all about Smarty Ears on Speech and Language Academy. And as we like to say with Michelle's little name tag there, we're the Smarty Party. Welcome to the Smarty Party. Let us show you how to have fun with speech therapy once again. We know it's a stressful time to be a clinician. There are a lot of demands on your caseloads, your time, so let us help you. And I'm going to let Michelle answer. Well, there's one more question from you, from Dr. Jeff. Do you see that?
Are the data backed up on a server? Dr. Jeff, that's a great question. Melissa?
Yes. Thank you for reading that. It definitely is. We have an amazing secure server. This is HIPAA compliant. The platform is HIPAA compliant. It has more capacity than whether you were on it and everybody else. I mean, this thing has runs like just smooth as can be. So it is all safe. It's protected. If you step away from your screen for 15 minutes and aren't active, it will close down, just like at a doctor's office or anything else, for the privacy. So for that reason, everything is secure. We definitely wanted to maintain the HIPAA compliance across the board. Anything else?
So I see Deborah Taylor, the code for the free trial. So if you reach out to me and say like my school district or my clinic, they're interested in a demo. If it's going to be for a group, then I can definitely get you that. So just reach out to me privately after this, and I'm more than happy to put on a demo for the people who have the purchasing power.
Yes. And if you are interested in knowing more about the activities on the website, you shared this? Let me share the screen here for just a second. Can you share to the homepage for Speech and Language Academy, where they can go to the activities page and they can actually see an overview of the different activities on that website?
Okay, hold on 1 second.
I was gonna see if I can.
Not letting you do it on your end. Hold on, I'll do it. Hold on, everybody. Here I come in. So here's our website.
Yeah, click on activities, and it has just been updated to reflect all of the wonderful things that they can access on the platform. At least most of them, maybe not every single one of them, but keep scrolling and you'll be able to see the breakdown under each of the areas. There you go. Yes. Okay, and while you're doing that, as Michelle's scrolling through the website, speech-and-language-academy.com, I'm going to answer one other question that just popped up. If your organization is not a school, it's not a problem. You get the bulk discount if you purchase together. So if one person is going to pay for your group by credit card or check, that's fine. You will get a group discount. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a school. It can be your own, if you're just a startup and getting started, if you have a large clinic, whatever it is. It just needs to be a bulk purchase at the time that you place your order.
Just showing other features. I'll stop sharing.
Yeah, no, you're fine. That was good. I wanted them to see all of the different activities in case there was any other question there. So I think that may be it. I don't see any other questions. Y'all are awesome.
It could be for a group of SLPs.
Right, that's what I was just trying to explain, that regardless of whether or not you're with a school district, if let's say you maybe have a group and you have a little co-op and maybe 2 or 3 of you work together, the minimum group purchase is 3 licenses in order to get the discount or to get the bundle. Otherwise, you'll have to sign up as individuals, because when the advantage of having a group, so y'all are probably wondering, why is that important? You can share or transfer students from your caseload. When you have an organization, on our end, we set up your account. So it takes a little bit of effort on our part, which is why we ask for 3 person or 3 license minimum. You get an account, you can transfer students. Someone's going to be on vacation, you need somebody else to work on them, transfer their data and their goals. They can work with the student, transfer it back. It's not a problem. So you can, as an administrator, if you purchase this for your group, you can see what the caseload numbers are like for each of the users that are signed on that have a license. You can see what your area of needs are as far as your caseloads. Do you have a high demand for younger, you have a lot of kiddos maybe at a certain age range, certain areas of needs, articulation, phonology, whatever. So there are a lot of advantages. And like Michelle said, some of our other webinars have covered some of the pros and cons of being able to access and see all of this information. It's good. It's all good data. There's actually aren't any cons. It's all good because you as an administrator can see a lot of things across your users. So that's just something else. Do they have to be
SLPAs can do it, right?
Right. We have had clinics that purchase this specifically because we all know a lot of SLPAs are doing therapy with oversight by a speech path. Absolutely. It can be done. Not a problem. Good questions.
Well, thank all of you for coming. If there's any specific webinars that you're looking in the future, the Speech and Language Academy could put on for you, drop it in the chat, send me an email. I don't know about technical support number, but Deborah Taylor, there is a place where you can put in a ticket right inside the application. You can even do a screenshot of like, this is the trouble, and our tech team will get right on it.
Yes, I want to add to that. We haven't had any issues, but it is something that even if you see something, maybe there's a picture or a file that's, there's a glitch, you just drop in that technical support and it will be fixed sometimes within a few hours. Most often it's, done instantaneously. So technical support is the consultant that you work with. We're here to help you guys with your account setup and whatnot. And then anything that has to do with the platform is a ticket because it allows you to do a screenshot of the actual activity that you have an issue with, if you do have an issue. So there are a lot of us throughout the US, so you're going to find one of us, and there's always contact at smartyearsapps.com. You'll have plenty of ways to contact someone if you have an issue.
Hey, everyone, thank you so much for your time. Again, if there's any webinars you'd like in the future, shoot me an email, put it in the chat, and I'll be sure to follow up with an email to all of you.
Yes, and I just added the Calendly link if you want to sign up for any future webinars. There's the Calendly link, Smarty Party. We also have webinars for visual support materials and playground communication boards that are done through Smarty Symbols, our sister company. So check out that link. You can see all of the different webinars that are coming up in the next few weeks. All right, thanks everyone.
Bye.